form your party and travel across the world to restore light to the orbs. It's the game that saved a company on the Fact Pit with Final Fantasy. Let's get the obvious out of the way first. Series creator Hironobu Sakaguchi had been trying to get the game made for years at Square, but they didn't think it would be commercially viable. It was only after the success of games like Dragon Quest and Ultima that they considered it to be worthwhile. While the company was struggling financially, the term Final Fantasy actually refers to the fact that it was going to be his last game, but after the success, Sakaguchi stayed with the company and continued to build it into a franchise. There is an invisible NPC in Corneria Castle due to being placed on the wrong map layer. This was corrected in later versions of the game by removing her entirely. The fact that the first quest in the game involves rescuing a princess is no coincidence. In most RPGs that came before it, rescuing the princess comes at the end of the game, but here it is literally just the beginning. The overworld map is separated into 64 blocks of tiles that determines the types of enemies you can encounter. This results in an area known as the Peninsula of Power, where you can fight late-game enemies only about an hour in. They're hard, obviously, but they drop an absurd amount of gold and XP for that point in the game. Interestingly, this bug was maintained in later versions, perhaps due to its popularity within the fan community. If you hold down A and press B 55 times while on the ship, you are taken to a Slide 15 puzzle. Solve it and you win 100 gold pieces. Later versions kept the minigame in and added new prizes for fast times. The appearances of many powerful enemies in the game are taken directly from the Dungeons & Dragons 1st edition monster manual, such as the Mind Flayer, Sawhagen, and Otyugh. The Beholder is even present in the Japanese version, but this sprite was changed due to TSR having a specific trademark on the creature. Additionally, the sprite for Medusa was modified from the Japanese version, where she appeared to be topless. If you don't want to bother walking all the way through the desert to visit the caravan, you can just land the airship directly on it. To get through the Temple of Ordeals easily, simply remember to take the southernmost pillar every time. Weapons with special properties are supposed to deal additional damage against certain enemies, such as the Rune Blade being more effective against wizards, and silver weapons being effective against wolves. While this information is in the game for both weapons and enemies, it never actually checks for it during damage calculation. When using a house, your HP and MP are restored, but your MP is only restored after the game saves, so if you reload the game, your spell charges will still be gone. This can be corrected by using a tent to save again immediately afterward. Now it's time to help the Warriors of Light defeat Chaos and close the time loop in the first of many epic fantasy adventures. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and comment below to tell me what other games you'd like to see on the Fact Pit. And a big thank you to my Patreon subscribers for helping make shows like this possible.